At some point in our lives, we'll find ourselves at a crossroads, and sometimes we wonder, how can we make the correct decisions for our lives when we have so much ahead of us? Welcome to Luxury Wire, where we awaken the millionaire inside of you. And in this video, we'll ask ourselves some essential questions to help you get closer to your financial freedom. First, ask yourself, is this something I genuinely want? Wealthy people have a profound understanding that they were born to be rich. Not everyone has the privilege of thinking in these terms. Some people are troubled with worry that serves as a reminder that their lives aren't as they should be, while some people are reluctant to make decisions for fear of being unhappy with their results. So before taking a step in a specific direction, consider whether or not this is really what you desire. The second question is, how confident am I in my ability to solve this problem? Analyze your current self and see if you can fully commit to your decision. Take a look at your own skills and the resources at your disposal. There will be no one else who will put in as much time and effort as you. So why go on a journey if you're going to be dependent on other people for your needs? Next, consider this. Do I possess the necessary self-control? For any worthwhile endeavor, you will need to show up every day for an extended time. And after the second or third time, do you become tired of the same old thing? Or do you find it challenging to commit to something when it gets tough? Having the ability to do something isn't enough. You'll be able to be fine if you can put up with anything life throws your way. If you want to achieve your goal, you have to show up even if you don't feel like it. The fourth question is, am I willing to make sacrifices? As with anything else in life, there is a price to pay for having a comfortable and safe reality. If you're willing to pay for it, life will give you what you want. Most of the time, this is the case. And in some situations, you'll have to give up the future. You'll sacrifice time with your friends, your family, amusement, and so on in the hope that you will succeed. Because these sacrifices will define your success in the future. Will you do whatever it takes to get the life you want, or are you going to stick to your tried and true routines? It's entirely up to you. The next one is, am I willing to invest money into my development? You must ensure that you can look after yourself. To join the ranks of the rich, you'll eventually have to fork out more money. Consider the time and money you invest in growing your business. Because in contrast to the average individual, the wealthy have a growth budget for personal development. They spend money on books, attend conferences, and hire personal coaches. 5 to 10% of the income of most wealthy individuals is allocated to personal growth. As a result of their consistent efforts, they've amassed their current wealth. How much money are you investing in your own financial future? Even when viewing videos like this, you should be actively investing in your development outside of the time you spend watching them. As a follow-up, ask yourself, are you willing to become a person of value? Here's the thing, the person you are right now isn't worthy of wealth, so you'll have to change yourself into someone else. What are the person's routines? Do you know what their daily routine is like? What books do they enjoy? There is a lot of work involved in these endeavors, and they will force you to evolve as a person. Be ready to let go of the old you and embrace the new, better you. Next up, you must ask yourself, am I ready to let go of those who hold me back? Keep in mind that your objectives can be defined by your social circles. Yes, that's right. People you form close relationships with can reveal a lot about you. If you're in a group that doesn't align with your values and your aims, it's time to leave because your quote-unquote friends aren't going to go the same path as you. Some of your people can restrict your progress. As a result, you're faced with a decision. Go out on your own or stay and give up on your objective of joining them. What do you think you'll do now? For your eighth question, what would it mean to not have to worry about money? To be debt-free is a liberating experience. Think about it in great detail. Consider how much ease you'd have all to yourself. Put this feeling in a jar and keep it in your soul for future reference. Recall what it would mean to overcome this, if you did it anyhow, even if you feel like quitting. When most give up, you need a compelling reason to keep going. Coming in at 9, what am I here to give? A gift was given to each of us when we were born. When it comes to some, it might be an obvious talent like a beautiful face, a powerful body, or a pleasant voice. Even more particular passions like educating children or caring for animals or even parkour can be found in some people. Keep in mind that everyone is endowed with a unique talent. Because your life will be transformed by your talent, you must discover what it is and use it to its fullest potential. At number 10, can I be taught? Whether you're a humble person or an arrogant one depends on whether or not you're willing to learn from someone else. Being coachable implies setting aside your personal feelings for the greater good. This talent signifies that you can listen and learn beyond what you've already learned. For this reason, most billionaires still rely on the guidance of consultants and experts. Moving on, am I willing to keep failing until I do it right? There will always be people who underestimate you. Others will label you a failure even if you make the tiniest error, and it will be painful. If you're not careful, it will appear like you're making no progress. However, know that you're on the right track and you're on the right path if you're still determined to persevere, despite the agony you may experience. Always keep in mind the reasons why you started and begin each day by reaffirming your commitment to learning no matter what happens. With that in mind, ask yourself the following question. What if this took me 30 years? Would I still do it? Opportunity isn't always available. Do you have the patience to wait for a fair chance to come your way even when it's convenient for you? What are your plans to become part of the culture and generate your own opportunities? Before NFTs, people had been painting digitally for 15 years. While Mr. Beast had been posting videos for a decade without much success, look at him now. See, some accomplishments take time to achieve. Even if you don't seem to be making much progress initially, remember that even the tiniest steps you take will add up with time. You'll reap the benefits of your perseverance soon enough, so don't give up. Having said that, it's time to ask yourself, how can I move forward faster now that I know what's important? Wealthy people are driven by the desire to accelerate their growth by creating ever more efficient systems. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a lot of effort. Your goal should be finding new techniques to boost your speed without sacrificing your sanity. As a matter of fact, you deserve and need a break at the end of the day. With all the progress you can make, don't forget to ask, how do I know where I am? It's hard to tell if you've made it until you see it. You need to decide how you'll measure your success. The finish line is often overlooked by runners. They don't specify what that sole objective is. That's why you see people running a never-ending race since their checkpoints are scattered across the landscape. Determine how far you've progressed and how you may measure that progress. Check to see if milestones apply to your project. Alternatively, you might break your enormous goals into smaller, more manageable steps. These are ways to make sure that you're genuinely making progress. After all, you probably don't want to keep going around in circles, right? And of course, the last question. After everything I've worked for becomes a reality, what will I do? Do you intend to spend the rest of your days on the beach sipping drinks from a lawn chair? And if so, how certain are you that you'll be able to continue making a difference in the world? You'll soon learn that your job has a purpose to show that you enjoy developing and making things. This one thought will transform the way you look at the rest of your life and what's to come. We hope this video clarifies and will aid you on your journey to positively impact this world. As always, thank you for tuning in. Hop in for a ride, subscribe, and access various content that can change your life. We'll see you around.